It's Potter Clock. It's Potter Clock. We'll do it again. Fuck it. You love to see it. Boys and girls. Strange one. Strange one. Angeline, everyone, how is it going? We're back. We're back once again. It's like we never left. Why is Lewis Hall left back? Why not? If he was ever to play, has he played right back? I'm fairly sure he might have actually. Listen, very, very well running behind today, shall we say? I don't know what to make of this game. Everyone I've seen seems to be so confident that we're going to get a result here today. My BBC is playing silly buggers today, and it's running slow or it's lagging a little bit for some reason. So if anyone else is having the same issues, then let me know, please. Would be massively appreciated. But everyone seems fairly confident, and for the first time in a long time, if not the first time ever, this fucking white bit in my hair, what is that? In my preview video on my YouTube channel, I just predicted a flat-out Man City 2-0 win. So if you're wondering what my prediction is, it's on BBC, so it's on for free for everyone in the UK. BBC One. Watching the fourth round draw before I switch to BBC. Is that on? We can watch that together. Actually, where is that currently happening? Does anyone know? Draw? Does anyone know where the draw is, so I can just go over to it? It's not up for me yet. ITV. Cardiff. Why is my skybox playing up today? Fuck, of all days. Oh my God. Every channel's taking so long to load. But we're here. Smash the like buttons. Subscribe. Yeah, there's something wrong with my satellite today. Fucking idiots upstairs are doing work to their car and they've gone inside the little electrical sort of room where all the skybox sort of shit goes on, and they've fucked with it. I know with it. I know. It's I'm frozen. Unbelievable. Of all days. Of all days. It's starting, is it? Allegedly. I can't see. I'm looking at a fucking PowerPoint slideshow at the moment. The draw is happening. Very slowly. NS Sports, how's it going? Of course, today's focus, if you can't tell, is Manchester City versus Chelsea for the second time in 3 days. I might not even be able to watch the game because I'm not even going to watch the draw. I can't be arsed. This is annoying me. It's so laggy. Someone's fucked. I might have to go and check if something's happened to me. Someone's messed with my box. Liverpool Wolves. They're already playing each other, aren't they? Just end the stream. Oh, go away. God, you get on my tits. All-time head-to-head and all that jazz. It's a bit of a bumpy stream today. But we've just played City, so the build-up is you know, we've played them 3 days ago. There's no need for a build-up. I will say, before we get into everything, that obviously tragic news regarding the legend, the man himself, the one and only Gianluca Vialli sadly passed away after a battle with cancer. So I believe at the 9th minute we will, or at least the players at the fans at the ground will be chanting his name. But a player dear to my heart. One of the first names I heard, cheered, chanted, shouted throughout my house. My father, my dad, my brother, even my mum, and many of my family friends as well. It was just a name that I grew up, obviously being born around the time that he was as influential to the club that as he was. I've got nothing but fond memories, nothing but, you know, they're my earliest memories of Chelsea Football Club are of the era of Gianluca Vialli. So rest in peace to him. Absolutely devastated by that. They are doing the draw on BBC as well. So I think they're just casting it. So we are number 4. Man City / Chelsea. Number 4. And that is Tottenham versus Preston North End. Preston North End versus Tottenham. Southampton versus... Southampton will be facing Blackpool. I'll let you have a look at the lineup now whilst we're going through all this. There's the main screen for you. Number 12 is Wrexham. They will be facing 27, which is Sheffield United. This is getting further and further, leaving the big teams to play each other again. 32 is Ipswich. Still loads. I'm assuming we're even, you know, this is assuming we're even going to get through. Ipswich versus Burnley. Good draws. Yeah, good draws so far. Nice. Very nice. Number 30. Manchester United up next. They will be playing at home. Give us them. Go on, do the inevitable. Versus 31. They will face Reading. Manchester United versus Reading. That still leaves Liverpool open, as well as Arsenal, Man City and Chelsea, of course. Number 15 is Luton or Wigan. Versus Grimsby Town. They're getting through this quick, old Emil Heskey. This gives me far less of a hassle of build-up if I'm just having to do this. Number 8 is Derby County. They're out first. They'll be playing at home against number 10, which is West Ham. Derby versus West Ham. The longer we go, 24 Stoke. You just know, even if we get through or not, Man City or Chelsea are going to get. Number 14 is Aston Villa or Stevenage. Because you've got Man City who always get easy draws. And yes, I would class us as an easy draw. Blackburn versus 22. Which is Forest Green or Birmingham. Man City always get the easy ones, but we always get a fucking dog shit run as well. Number 5. Walsall. Nearly done. Number 21, which is Leicester City. It's coming down to the wire. It's coming down to the wire. If we get through today, it's going to be against fucking Liverpool, innit? 29. Sheffield Wednesday. Versus number 17, Fleetwood. Fulham are still available as well. We're playing them twice in the next 2-3 weeks. Yeah, I'm shaking now, getting a little bit nervous. Number 4, Man City or Chelsea. So if we do go through, we will be at home. We're facing Liverpool and Wolves are number 18, by the way. 16. Oh, Oxford or oh my God, Oxford or Arsenal. Fuck me. So we did. If we go through, it's against Arsenal. So there we go. Man City or Chelsea versus Oxford United or Arsenal. So even if we get through this, it's gonna be a little bit shaky. We can't win. We cannot win these days, on or off the pitch. Yeah, yeah, Thomas, you are right. It's a strange one that we haven't heard anything about Pulisic or Sterling's injury. More so, Liverpool or Wolves will play Brighton and Hove Albion. Brighton, the home team in that situation. I don't get nervous, but I'm starting to get a little bit shaky. You know what I mean? Yeah, I do know what you mean. Oh, it was so obvious we were going to get someone big there. I was in like a Premier League side, for fuck's sake. Only 2 balls left. Right, let's get on with the game now, shall we? 17 minutes to go. Who's Humphreys? Any good? Well, we'll have a little look. Here is a look at the starting 11 for Chelsea. It's a little bit of a strange one. It is a little bit of a strange one. Where am I? There I am. Whoa! Put me in. Put me in, coach. There we go. As you can see, Azpilicueta has been dropped for Humphreys, of which I'm not going to pretend that I know anything about. Had to get his own little graphic today. As you can see, it's actually a little bit skew whiff. So I'm going to have to jazz him up a little bit, actually. Very, very quickly. Hang on. Let me just and a little bit of. Ooh. Oh, for fuck's sake! But I mean, it is a lineup that is all over the place. To be completely honest with you, if we're being completely frank, it's one that is. I mean, in my preview, I was saying, you know, play the youngsters. Give them a little bit of a chance to show what they can do, but I wasn't expecting Humphreys to be the name on the list. Still, haven't really been disappointed with any young performances as of late. Omari Hutchinson, I would argue, is probably the only one that I was disappointed with. But realistically, he just looked a little bit nervous. You know, he just didn't look too. He didn't look up for the big occasion. Nerves got to him a little bit too much, which is absolutely understandable. I'm not for 1 second scrutinising him or slagging him off for that. Koulibaly, and I did as well hope and predict that that Chalobah would be included in today's starting 11. My reasoning was that he should either play as right back, because we have Koulibaly and Thiago Silva. And I did also say if we do not play Chalobah in right back, that we should play Thiago Silva, or rest Thiago Silva. We've opted for Chalobah in the centre-back role, which is obviously one of his stronger positions, or it is his stronger position. I don't know why Hall is actually a little bit further down there. Let me just move him down just a tad. Lewis Hall is already quickly becoming one of my favourite. I don't know what on earth has happened here. Fuck's sake. He is quickly becoming one of my favourite players all around, let alone just a young player. It's always fun to watch him play. You know? Sorry. I am just very quickly just changing something because it was doing me nutting. But okay, we'll go back. As you can see, yeah, Humphreys, Koulibaly, Chalobah. I did actually as well think that Slanina maybe would have been a good option to have on the bench, or sorry, to start the game. Just because Kepa, you know, he's been playing a few games. He made a mistake, you could argue, against Man City in the last game. It was a loss that was very much avoidable. Had it not been for that one slight error from him. Haaland is on the bench, just to clarify for those of you that are asking. There's a few people that are asking. Yeah, we've already seen that lineup. But yeah, Hall, massively impressed by him. He People keep going back to it, and I've mentioned it many a time. Who fights for the badge? There's only certain players that seemingly fight for the badge. Lewis Hall is absolutely one of them. When he comes on the pitch, he seems like he absolutely wants to die for the club. And so, fucking thing. What's going on? But yeah, it's not an ideal lineup in order to, you know, if you're fielding a lineup that would challenge Manchester City or even beat Manchester City, let alone at the Etihad, that we've only won at the Etihad 3 times in the last 10 years. 10 years. The Etihad, an absolute disaster to go to for Chelsea. Of course, we've had some big wins there over the years, but not for a while, not for a long time. As in big wins. We have won there recently, obviously under Thomas Tuchel, but we have only won there 3 times in the last 10 years. So whether that's in fact, I'll get it up for you, shall I? In the meantime, of course, Kovacic maintains his place in the side. Jorginho returns and is... how many times have we played there in the last 10 years? I will tell you just that. Jorginho comes back in, which I'm not exactly happy about, because that means that Zakaria has been dropped, which, if we're being frank, best player for us the other day, or at least one of. That is why I'm wearing this shirt, by the way, obviously, in memory of the man himself, Gianluca Vialli. Yeah, so Jorginho coming back in, just strange. Really, really strange decision. And then Mason Mount. It's hard to imagine a world where we drop Mason Mount against Manchester City in an FA Cup match if he is 100% fit, though. It's the sad truth. It's the truth of the matter. Going through our record at the Etihad now, the last time we beat Manchester City was during that 3-game run. Of course, we beat them in the FA Cup in April, the 17th of April, 2021. We then beat them in the Premier League at the Etihad. Ziyech scoring in 2 back-to-back games there in the FA Cup and then in the Premier League at the Etihad. Sterling scored for them. Marcus Alonso got the 90th minute winner, if you remember that. That was a stinky game, but a glorious victory nonetheless. Alonso bundling it in at the end. We then, of course, beat them in the Champions League final. You know, it's games, they tend to not really get much bigger than that, the Champions League final, of which we beat Manchester City in. And then it's been 4 back-to-back losses, of which we have not scored a single goal. We've lost 1-0, 2-0 and 1-0 without any sort of response from the Chelsea boys. We have not scored a goal against them in our last 4, losing all 4. Crazy stat, that. But in terms of playing at the Etihad, how many times we played? Once, twice, 3. It's going to take a while. So if someone can look up the statistics in that regard, then I think Pep's frozen on my screen. I would prefer no European than conference, but I would prefer Europa than conference if I had to choose one. An FA Cup could get Chelsea in Europa if they win it, in case they finish Conference League. Yeah. Imagine trying to score goals with no strikers. Well, exactly. Yeah, I was saying that literally, if we don't get Champions League this year, or next year rather, then I would hope to just kind of sack it all off altogether, to be honest with you, and just give that time to rebuild, to focus on a season away. We don't need Europa League. We don't need Conference League. The fact of the matter is, we just need a season where it's just domestic games. as fewer games as possible where crucial players have been getting injured like they have been. I know, 7 minutes to go. My TV is being absolute shite. I'm so pissed off. It just keeps freezing. Never had this issue, and then lo and behold, some fucking idiot's been in the utility room or the maintenance room and have messed with my cables. No Potter out. In fact, should we go to the main screen? We've got no background at the moment, but we'll soon change that. And there we go. Have you tried to reset the box? I might give it a go. Let me just in the meantime, of course. Where are we? What page are we on? Have a little bit of this, you know. Just hope for the best now, eh? But yeah, someone's definitely fucked with it. I've tried resetting it now. Would have loved to have seen him throw Fofana. I haven't actually looked at the fucking subs today. Fofana is on the bench, as is Badiashile. So my thoughts coming into this is that there was probably little to no chance that either of them would start, and that is, you know, proven to be the case. Bettinelli, Azpilicueta, Badiashile, Cucurella, Thiago Silva, Chukwuemeka, which apparently Chukwuemeka was in the starting 11 and Humphreys wasn't. And now it's changed so that Humphreys is starting, Chukwuemeka's on the bench, Zakaria is benched, which is the biggest shock for me, more so than Humphreys starting. I'm just annoyed. I'm just annoyed that Zakaria is not getting back-to-back games against Man City in this instance, because he was so good the other day. And you're just giving Jorginho another chance to stink the place up. Come on, you bastard. Join in your network. This may take a moment. Blue is the colour. 4 minutes to go. Continue to get those likes in. Continue to subscribe. Hit the bell notification to be notified of any future content on the channel as well. And also continue. I've got no satellite apparently. Continue to get your predictions in the chat. But yeah, what do you think about Gallagher starting as well? A lot of people weren't too happy, but then it also sounded like they were happy with the fact that he's such a runner, isn't he? He just runs and runs and runs. 2-2. You guys are giving me more and more faith, I must say. I wasn't really coming into this negatively, so to speak. It was more like just being realistic in the sense of, I mean, if they beat us 1-0 at Stamford Bridge in a game where we're actually trying in the first half, I find it hard to believe that we're going to win in the Etihad, where we haven't won for quite some time, other than that one game. Under Thomas Tuchel for different circumstances. A lot of that was mind games between Tuchel and Pep Guardiola. It's still absolutely mudded my my satellite here, so I'm fucking annoyingly going to have to get it up on the BBC iPlayer, which is just never the fucking one. It's never the one. I just don't understand what's happened. Oh, I fucking know what the issue is! Oh, for Christ's sake! Give me a sec. Oh, no! Right, hang on. This might actually work now. Is that plugged in? Where are you? Okay, it might be a little bit better now. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. I've plugged the Ethernet cable in from the router in hopes that it will give us a little bit better. I completely... So basically, for context, over Christmas, when we weren't playing because of the World Cup, I moved the my skybox into the living room, so we would have two. But the normal skybox wouldn't reach my projector, with which we have a projector to have it like a big old fucking screen to have movie nights and all that bollocks. And then moving it back, I haven't reattached the... this is all unnecessary information for you, but oh fuck, it's frozen as well. That wasn't the fix, apparently. Regardless, I'm going to have BBC iPlayer just in case. Do you buy a jersey every season? Replays? Azza, is that not your screen name? Why is there two of you? This is going to do my head in. It's starting on my TV. Well, yeah, I've got it up. Let me get the timer up anyway. The time that you see will be the real time. Rest assured. Oh, shit. Wrong button. Very, very shortly. They are currently paying their respects to the one and only Gianluca Vialli. I'm trying to get this bloody... Gallagher playing on the left wing. Yeah. Vialli. Match timer. There we go. Right, it's in the middle. This is getting on my tits now. Fuck's sake. Is this every other channel, though? Let me just check. It seemed like it was for ITV as well. Yeah, it's every channel. Whoever it is has gone in that maintenance room has absolutely fucked me. I will try and amend the clock. Oh no, I'm pretty much on there. Apologies for it being such a shit show. This is completely out of my control. But I will try and bring you the best damn commentary that I possibly can, because of course it's pot o'clock. What else would it be? You know? And it has frozen, which is fantastic. Such a fucking shit show. Come on, fucking thing! My God! This is gonna be unbearable. At half time, I think I'm going to go and have a look and see what the fuck has happened, because some fucking idiot has unplugged something. I'm now a minute behind. No, not a minute. I'm like 20 seconds behind where I was before. This is going to get unbelievable. Unbelievably annoying. Okay, right. Serenity now. Relax. How delayed is your game? Not a lot. If the stream appears delayed, it's because we're streaming, so it's obviously not going to be in time with you. Man City now looking to create down the right-hand side, Bernardo Silva takes it to the byline, and Humphreys dealing very, very well with that and clears it away to the feet of Kai Havertz, who is dispossessed with ease. With ease. And it's not my connection either. Let me just run a quick speed test. There's just nothing worse when you're trying to watch a game than when it's choppy. Nothing worse. Chalobah. Chalobah looks like he's playing right back, you know. Humphreys is playing centre back. What is this fucking... Are we playing 3 at the back? BBC is ahead of your stream by 6 seconds. Yeah, but that's probably because I'm streaming. I'm not using BBC iPlayer. My point is that obviously the feed of me watching, commentating, and then the timer on the screen is going to be a little bit delayed from when you're watching to when I'm actually watching it. There's going to be a delay, obviously. It's a back 3 by the looks of it. Humphreys, Koulibaly, and Chalobah. Hall looks to be playing left wing back, if anything. And now it looks to be a back 4, but Jorginho's playing in it, so it's all over the place. Man City to byline looks to be... Again, it's going to be all... It's going to be all Man City this game, I feel. Unless we just man up, for fuck's sake. Can't be letting... I know they're a good team, but fuck me. Just fight a little bit. Jesus Christ. We're Chelsea, for fuck's sake. I know it doesn't say a lot when you look at our lineup. But still, what's happened? Hall. Well, yeah, I'm not watching on iPlayer. I'm watching on the Skybox. So I'm watching live rather than online. City's double billboards can suck my fucking ball back. It is the most annoying thing. I don't get how they get away with it, you know. Surely there is a rule or something that indicates you can't. It's taking the piss. It's so big. Oh my God, this connection is so... It's not even the connection, it's the sky. Hello, Dante. Well, this PowerPoint presentation lets me believe that Gallagher is currently on the counter-attack, but this has been on the screen for about 10 seconds now, so it's... now we're down at the... we were on our right back, and now we're on their right back position, so there you go. All over the shop. Being a short guy behind the billboards, yeah. Oh, this is so bad! I just want to watch the game. It's annoying as well that no one is saying that it's them as well. It's just me. I wish I could show you. Halftime. I'm going to have to go at halftime. Put the halftime statistics on the screen. I'm going to have a look at what these fucking clowns have done. Because I can't watch this. This is unbearable. And the weather isn't that bad. No, because the issue is some of you fuck... Oh, you fuck off then. If you don't want to listen to me complain, Dean, you fucking clown. It is just me, I know. It's freezing every... it's just frozen constantly. The issue is getting it on my phone is that some of you fucking... You're just going to spoil it for me. I want to enjoy the game. Yeah, and the BBC iPlayer is a minute and a half behind. Right, it seems to have sorted itself out for a little bit now. This is worse than any dodgy stream you've come across. Anyway, I understand that there's not going to be many viewers today because of this issue, but still, we move. We move. Kepa Arrizabalaga plays it forward, looks for what seemingly looks like Kai Havertz, and he takes the first touch, gives it to Laporte, and he's just walking. He's such a lazy bastard, isn't he? He's not even trying to close them down. I mean, none of them are, but now we are. Go on! Played forward. Rodri, caught in no man's land. Havertz puts a foot in, and the referee just gives a free kick. I don't know how much... There might be contact here. Oh, he has. Yeah, it's a bad tackle from Havertz. He's lashed out. We've actually injured someone for once. I'm not having a bad day, but still, it's not ideal. It's not ideal whatsoever. We are just about to hit 100 likes though, so if we could do that, we'll get a little. I mean, I'm sure we've hit it now. Where are we? 103. You know what time it is. At the very least. It's pot o'clock. Every 100 likes, rest assured you'll be seeing it's pot o'clock. Hopefully we can get one where we've scored a goal as well. I've only actually got to use it once. I mean, the aim is always 500 likes, but if we can get to there, it would be a miracle because the views are very, very low today. Matisse loves to go live an hour early every fucking stream. I don't know how the man does it. He does it for every game he does, not even just Chelsea. Do you think Chelsea can win this? I really didn't have any hope coming into this in the morning. Or this morning, or last night. But looking at it, I think it's only a matter of time before Man City do draw first blood. But there is always a chance in the FA Cup. You never know. Vialli. Mahrez to the byline. Crosses in. Kepa, brilliant save. Ugh. And it's frozen once again. It's like I'm watching it illegally, for fuck's sake. Which I'm not. But I might as well be. Because, goodness gracious. Alex, how is it going? All the way from Indonesia. Should have been carded. Possible red. Who? Havertz? It's just a little tickle on his ankle. Nothing more, nothing less. Ten minutes gone. It has been majority Manchester City once again. Not quite the impressive performance, you would say, as we had in the first half of the last game. I did pay the bill. I did. I promise. Sky, if you are watching, I do pay my bills. Throw into Man City, play it down the right-hand side. Koulibaly, all over Alvarez. Off of Hall and out for a throw-in. It's just not fun at all. Not that as well. The likelihood of us winning this is so low. Makes it even harder to watch. But rest assured, half time, I'm going to try and fix it. They could be in for number one here. And a bicycle kick from Phil Foden goes wide. I think it has been given as a foul or an offside. Gomez down the left-hand side. He's crossed it in. I don't really see what the foul is. I think Foden did get a hand on it. But it is a free kick to Chelsea nonetheless in our own box. Jesus Christ. Kepa. I just hate, there is nothing worse other than dodgy connection on your skybox when you're watching the game. But there's nothing worse than Chelsea playing it out from the back. When we play it, either Kepa or Mendy playing it short along the floor from a goal kick, it never fucking works ever. Give me a lot. Give me strength. I wouldn't even know what I'm going to look at in the maintenance room. I'll tell you that for free. I know. I really can't be asked for a draw. I really cannot be bothered for a draw whatsoever. Oh, this is pissing me the fuck off. For those of you that keep saying I'm exaggerating, it is literally just an image is all I'm looking at right now. And every time it goes back, it's Man City on the ball. The last time we went to a replay, I thought they scrapped that in the FA Cup. Or was that the Carabao Cup? Man City's still toying with us. The way they're playing, you just know it is probably a matter of time. With the likes of the players they've got Alvarez, who being like a backup to Haaland is just criminal in itself. Foden's Foden, Mahrez, all very capable players. Bernardo Silva, such a stronger team than ours, but still, there is hope. And should we go through, don't forget, we will be playing either Oxford United or Arsenal at Stamford Bridge. For a season, they scrapped it. Oh, my God. Let me try and... see if it's on the Sky Go app, how well it's on there. The Sky Go app is notoriously shite. You won't be playing Oxford, trust me. Well, I didn't see what Mount did there. I couldn't tell you what Mount did. Didn't see it. I'll try and wait to see it come up on the iPlayer. Man City looking dangerous here, though. Playing it round, just seem to be having a hold of this possession non-stop at the moment. I think I'm about to see what Mount did. Go on. Right, I'm seeing now. Yeah. Just absolutely ball stuck to the bottom of his feet there. He couldn't seem to get it out from him. Right, hang on. 115, Man City. The Sky goal app is awful, though. It's so, so bad. So I doubt I'm going to have much more luck here. Oh my God, it's actually ahead of my Skybox. What? It's 3 seconds ahead of my Skybox. How the fuck has that happened? Too much grass on the pitch. Right, well, we've got it in 2 different zones here now. I've got one that's actually ahead of where I am. Bernardo Silva. Let's hope that this is good. Johnny Minerals is playing. Potter has to up his game. Give the man a break. Jesus Christ. You lot, I know myself included at times, but it's more the decision making from Potter for me. His decision making is strange at times, but given the tools he has, fucking hell, give him a break. Jesus. I don't know if any of you saw the if you haven't, I put together the starting 11 for our team of injured players. Mendy, sorry, not Mendy. Man City were very, very close through there. Palmer just one-on-one. He's played it into the side netting there. Feel like he should have done a bit better there, to be honest with you. I don't quite know how Man City aren't 1-0 up. He should be putting that in the back of the net. They do have a corner ball, and then it's blazed over the bar by Palmer once again, actually. Yeah, I'll try and get the video for you. Or at least the team. Where is it? Hang on. Preview. Right, so Mendy, Chilwell, Fofana, James, Loftus-Cheek, Kante, Mount. I know he's back now, but Mount, Broja, now Sterling and Pulisic. That's a 10-man team that if you fielded those 10 versus our current 11 would absolutely batter our 11 here today. It is really there. Look. I'll show you. See? It's really there. I just like a little blur, so the focus is on me. Chelsea calling for a penalty here. Ziyech has gone down. Seemed like Ziyech was the only one really calling for that, to be honest with you. Last man challenge red. I haven't quite seen the replay of it just yet, but VAR is checking, apparently. We might not need it. We might be through. Fucking hell. Havertz's first touch is criminal. It's absolutely criminal at times. Sometimes it's one of the best in the fucking world. And then sometimes it just is one of the worst. That of a Sunday League player. In year 8. Can we see a replay of this foul on Ziyech, please? Nearly a very, very good pick out there by Mount to Havertz. Just blocked in the end. Ziyech. Here we go. He looks as though he's through here. I'm sorry, what? Yes, he slipped, but he's pulled him to the ground. I'm not sure if Ziyech just felt like the slightest touch and has subsequently gone down in hopes because he knows the ball's slipping away. I didn't quite see if there was contact at all. I don't know how he would go down, though, if he didn't know there was contact. Hall's taken Mahrez to the ground. How's that ahead? My Skybox and Sky Go are fighting for who's live at the moment. Mahrez over the free kick with Bernardo Silva. This is a dicey situation to be in here, folks. 23 minutes on the clock. Bernardo Silva leaves it to Riyad Mahrez, who shoots, and it's in. What a fucking goal that is. Jesus fucking Christ. Absolute rocket. I can't quite quantify to you just how good of a goal that is. It is, when you imagine a free kick looping over top corner, it doesn't get sweeter than that. What a goal from Riyad Mahrez that is. And he's scored twice now in 2 games in the space of 3 days. Up and over the wall, Kepa in no man's land, T-Rex arms. Doesn't matter. No keeper's really getting to that. That was absolutely top draw. It's hit the wall just slightly, I think. But if it hits the wall or not, it's going in. Absolutely fantastic goal from Riyad Mahrez. Chelsea 1-0 down. And it's another instance where Chelsea probably should have taken their chances a little bit more. But the lack of quality is a reason as to why that just cannot be. And Man City, you know, ever the scoring giants, ever the scoring team that they are, have probably in the hardest instance that they've had all game, put it in just the sexiest of fashions as well. What a fucking goal. Havertz played down the right. Kovacic down the middle. A quick response from Chelsea would be ideal. Kovacic plays it a little bit back to the left to Lewis Hall. Players now slowed, and Man City can rest knowing that they are now behind the ball. I'm not blaming anyone for that. That's just a class goal. There is nothing any team can do about a free kick like that. It's just a fantastic, fantastic finish. Yeah, don't worry. The boys gave everything. You cannot blame Potter for this. Everyone who says Potter out just doesn't understand football. I know, yeah. If any of you have seen what Mark Goldbridge said earlier today or yesterday or whenever it was, have a look. Just look up Mark Goldbridge on Twitter, and there's probably a clip circulating at the moment. It just tells you everything you need to know about the current situation. It is, it just sums it up. If you really think Potter out after watching that video, then you do not understand football. Unfortunately for you, but still. He's not proven. When do managers allow themselves to get proven? They have to, what's he supposed to do at Brighton? And if even then he's proven himself at Brighton, so your name is quite literally what you are, skeptic, Potter has quite literally proven himself to be a manager of a certain quality. He doesn't look the part, many will argue. Corner ball, this is going to go in the back of the net, surely. Here is Riyad Mahrez. Plays it back. Too many back passes, yeah. Who's triggered? At least it stopped freezing. Well, it is freezing on my TV, but not on my Sky Go, which is splendid. I'm telling you now, Potter won't get sacked for a long time unless we literally go into the relegation zone. It's not likely that Potter will get sacked. I'll tell you that. Koulibaly ushers Alvarez out. And it's a goal kick. Yeah, when Jorginho is in a handball. Havertz, it's so hard to like him at times. It really is. It's going to be a handball. It's going to be a penalty, by the way. Havertz, like a fucking stupid, petulant fucking child, thought it would be a great idea to punch the ball. Generational punch, that is. What a fucking idiot. What a fucking idiot. It's going to be a penalty. They deserve it for that as well. Penalty to Manchester City. Alvarez getting a talking to by Kepa Arrizabalaga. Kepa, as we know, is good from the spot. Especially in cup competition. Generational punch, yeah. At this point, Havertz is just getting very, very close to my last fucking rag. I'm telling you that. What does he fucking do? What on earth does he do? Steps up. Oh, he's nearly got it. It's 2-0, but it's so nearly a save. And that's that. As easy as you like. Chelsea out of the FA Cup. Whether you like it or not, it's done. A brilliant free kick, and Havertz has absolutely fucked us there. What is he doing? What on earth is he doing there? I would love to hear Johnny back fucking Havertz now after that. What on earth is he doing? Or all the people that back Havertz constantly. How do you back Havertz now? I'm sorry. His temper is ridiculous. He always seems... He's like Diego Costa, but without the quality. He's got all the fucking chat, all the pushing, all the shoving. All the shithouse behaviour you could possibly want, but doesn't fucking score a goal. Ever. And if he does, it's against, you know, the shittest of opponents. Does my fucking head in. At this point, what does he bring to the club? And you could be like, well, yeah, if we let him go, though, he's going to be a good talent somewhere else. Fucking good luck to them. Good luck. If you can get talent out of Kai Havertz, you deserve to, you know, get everything you get from him. If you can get the best out of him, the geezer does not fucking try, ever. He runs around half-heartedly, arms by his sides, There's no dedication to the club at all. Never. If you are genuinely someone that thinks that Havertz tries 100%, and that's not to say that every player does it, because there's a heap of players, but we're focusing on him because he's just absolutely fucked us there. Not that we had too much of a chance in the beginning, but what is he doing? Chase him down. Fuck me. They're playing it back to the keeper. Havertz, instead of carrying on his run to close down the goalkeeper, just stops. £72 million worth of absolute wank. Thank you for your goal in Porto. You've done so well since, though, haven't you? Fuck me. What a generational pile of shite you are. Fucking hell. The attitude stinks. His attitude absolutely fucking reeks. I had a rant about him a few weeks ago, if you remember, before the World Cup. I can't remember who it was. He won us the Champions League. Did he fuck? Wow! He ran around a goalkeeper with one-on-one. One-on-one, and he still nearly fucked it as well. Ederson still nearly saved it. But he got around the goalkeeper and scored a tap-in. Wow. There are times, and I said this, there are times that if us not winning the Champions League made certain people realise how shit Havertz is, I'd be happy. I'd be happy of giving that away. He rides on that. He rides on that Porto goal so fucking much. Week in, week out, does absolutely fuck all. Look at him! Close them down! Oh my God, man! He's painful! He's just standing there! Oh my God. It's going to be 3. Well, my prediction was 2-0. For those of you that were saying I was being negative or coming in with a negative outset, this is why. Because we do this sort of shit. And we have players like Havertz that are playing against us, pretty much. For what reason is your arm up that high punching a fucking ball in your own box? Chance. They're just, it's almost like a training game for them. Potter is not to blame. When players do stupid fucking idiot shit like that, it's on the players. You cannot say Potter is to blame in this situation when you've got his own players are punching the ball in their box. It's cruise control from here on out. Yeah, Kevin, you're right. You're absolutely right. It's we're in a stage again, like a VS Boas, like a Scolari, like all those. Scolari was shit, but you get my point. Where the players just don't necessarily want Potter out. They did it under Tuchel. Tuchel had his own issues as well. Absolutely. But the players are so toxic in this team. They really fucking are. It's so hard. It's harder than ever to actually like our own players. I actually dislike probably more players than I like these days. Free kick by Mahrez, and it's punched over the bar. By Kepa this time, not by Havertz. Our goalkeeper is punched it over the bar, not one of our outfield players. Thank God for that. Why do we pass back to Kepa all the time? I don't fucking know. I do not know. Potter would have been sacked a long time ago if he wasn't English. Just a ridiculous thing to say. Kepa, comfortable hands. Why have you not played it? Oh my fucking gods, the counter-attack was on there and he's played it to Kovacic instead. It's the decision-making in this team is just criminally bad. It's so fucking bad. Havertz, he nearly tried to close someone down there. Yeah. I mean, Johnny was saying the other day that what was the stupid fucking tweet he posted the other day? The geezer's become as much of a bloke who does things for clicks as the guy that he hates most of all, Rory Jennings. Johnny is Rory Jennings' mirror copy, and it's 3-0. It's 3-0. Fucking kill me now. I applaud all of you that actually came into this game thinking that Chelsea were going to get a win here. When we couldn't even win at home. And you thought we were going to come to the Etihad and get a result. Fuck me. I don't know how Zakaria isn't starting. (3-0). Game over. It was game over before the game even started. So much for us wrong-uns, eh? Look at this fucking clown. Mount's last game against City was in the Champions League final, and the 2 games before that under Thomas Tuchel. The final under Thomas Tuchel. We won all 3. He's missed every game since then. We've lost all of them. Take note, wrong-uns. What the fuck has he done today? But it won't dare. It would not be his fault, would it? Couldn't possibly be his fault. What the fuck happened there? Couldn't possibly. Could not possibly be Mount's fault. Fuck me. The guy wants to sleep with Mount. I swear to God. It is genuinely people like him that make people have their opinions on Mason Mount. I guarantee you, people that Mason Mount, if he even knows who Johnny is, which he probably does because he's sick and fucking tired of him. Mount himself probably thinks, "Oh, would you just shut up? Did you not understand how much pressure you put on me? The likes of Johnny putting it, you know." It is just unbearable at times. Or not all at times. It's all the fucking time. As if Mount wasn't playing bad enough. You have that sort of pressure every single time. It's all for clicks. The guy is Rory Jennings 2.0. At least Rory's actually got some fucking... I don't even know about that. I was going to say some charisma, but Jesus Christ. You calm down. He did. I know. I get your pun. It's a very good one at that. He left him a mountain to climb. He doesn't. He sadly doesn't know anything about football. Oh, you can absolutely fuck off. Such a fucking hard time being a Chelsea fan at the moment. It's the pressure. Listen, Rory can say what he wants. What was that? I saw that one. Difference with Rory is Rory does it to trigger people. Johnny is actually serious. Johnny's not serious at all. Johnny isn't serious at all. And if he is delusional. But the thing is with Johnny that he's seen how it works for Rory, and he absolutely is just doing the same thing. He's finding things that piss people off. He knows what gets clicks, and it's that. He's become what he hates. He'll never admit it, but he has become exactly what he hates. He is someone who puts so much pressure on certain players. And the one or two few occasions that the likes of Havertz or Mount actually do something, it's, well, I told you. Look, they scored. They scored. So obviously I'm right, you know? That's Johnny's thing, is that they could play absolute shit for 70 games in a row, but they have one good game. And it's like, well, I mudded you, son. I mudded you. Cool. Zane, thank you for the 449. I already know what kind of message you're trying to put across there. We won't be playing you in the FA Cup in the next round. 0 shots till now. Cool. No one. Thank you for the 40 whatever. Massively appreciated. The whole unacceptable thing is, look at the team we're playing with. No one looks like they know what they're doing at all. No one looks confident on the ball. And Kunku cannot save us. I bet he's dreading it. It's going to be 4-0 here. Nearly. Nearly 4. Nearly 4. No one has a role. Jorginho just makes the midfield so much worse. A player ratings is going to be fucking boring as shit to do after this as well. Because I'm not really focusing on anyone as individually at this point. I'm just looking at us as a whole. Here we go again. Crossed in. 2 minutes of additional time. 1,500 of you in this chat. So if you could please smash the like button, would be massively appreciated. Put something positive into this at all, which is quite difficult these days, but 200 likes with 1,500 people watching is takes some doing. That is ridiculously low. So thank you in advance. Wednesday, Blackpool and Wrexham played with more than this bunch. What an embarrassment this team is. Rigo Park, thank you for the $5. It's not even... It is embarrassing at this point. This is why London is red and Manchester is blue. I'm not even going to try and say your name, but thank you for the 179. London is still not red. Until you win something other than the FA Cup. Do you think Potter can handle the pressure? You just got to deep what he's got at his disposal. You know what I mean? He's He's playing with a bunch of fucking clowns. Let's be fair. Like, you're getting blocked immediately for saying that. You fucking idiot. It's just such a dysfunctional fucking team to come into. There is absolutely no redeeming qualities about this side apart from Reece James, I'd say, at this point. There's not a single player that actually looks good. Like, what on earth is... what on earth is the point of, you know, the likes of... You guys rely on Reece James. We do, but we can't. We cannot rely on Reece James because he's so injury prone. So it's a negative in that sense as well. £300,000 Mason Mount is asking for. 300,000 to play like that. Fucking dog shit. And again, people will be like, you can't focus on one person. I'm not. I'm just saying. The fact that that Mason Mount believes he is worth £300,000 a week. Good luck. Good luck. He's not worth £300. I know. It's Havertz for me. I think Havertz needs to go at the end of the season, if not in January. Fuck it. Havertz, I'm done with him. I truly am done with Havertz at this point. Massive. I was so excited when he was going to join. The idea of Havertz coming, obviously fantastic. In terms of you know, getting us that great goal. Getting out that, you know, the Champions League and everything. Thank you. But that was coming up to now 2 years ago. 2 years ago. 2 fucking years ago. Too many people are reliving the you know, history. Too many people are becoming what we always hated about Arsenal, Liverpool, living in the past, living in history. Mason Mount, I've come to grips with the fact that, you know, best of a bad bunch over the last 2 seasons, but now he's just become as bad as everyone else. The geezer's, he's like he's running on ice when he has the ball in today's game. He can't... oh, but the excuse will be he's been out for a game, he's been injured and all that shit. He gets away with murder. And don't get me wrong, you can see the quality in many of these players. But never when they play for us. Germany, sure. England, if Mason Mount can actually get any game time. Potter will get the blame nonetheless, as do all the managers all the time. Never, ever is it the player's fault. Ever. In this instance, what on earth is Graham Potter supposed to do? We're playing Humphreys. Hall, who, as good as he is, he doesn't have the experience to necessarily cope with a game like this. And realistically, you could argue he's been one of the better players today. He's up. I've just seen he's let that one go for the 3rd goal. So you could argue that he's not ready for this. Potter will not get sacked after this. And if he does, it'll be arguably as shocking as the Tuchel one, because Tuchel had it coming. Potter, I feel, not so much. Potter has got nothing going for him at the moment in terms of what he has at his disposal. It's as simple as that. You can't blame Havertz playing a bad position. Fuck yourself. Fuck off. How about that? Stop making excuses for these players that do not fucking care about the club. How many times? Havertz, if he doesn't like playing as the centre forward, he can always just choose to drop back a little bit more. He's playing in the centre role no matter what. He does fuck all. He never closes down the goalkeeper or the defenders when they have the ball, for that matter. The defense just caught in no man's land all the fucking time. I swear to God, these people fucking telling me to chill. I'm explaining the situation. It's so infuriating. Fuck me. I know we have 9 players. That is what I'm trying to explain. 9 players injured, 10 players injured, but 9 now that Mount is back. We have 9 or 10 players injured at any given time. But several of these players that are currently playing, if not all, oh, fuck me. It's just so hard to like any of these players at all. In this instance, Kepa, I like him, but could we get a better goalkeeper? Yes. Humphrey's not even going to go for him because, let's be fair, the geezer's like 17 years old. Chalobah, I think he deserves way more game time. Koulibaly's so hit and miss. Hall, great upcoming talent. Probably going to do bits for us. Jorginho needs to go. Kovacic, injury prone. Should be playing in a pivot with Zakaria. This would be so much better of a game if they were just playing together. Ziyech needs to go. Gallagher just runs. Just runs. Mason Mount, 300k, my fucking bollocks. Not even close. Havertz needs to go. It's as simple as that. In that starting 11 today, there's a few at least that I'd be happy to see the back of. You can blame injuries, but at least get the team playing with the 11s you have. The 11 players you have, not accept defeat in the first 20 minutes. Well, that is it tends to be what Graham Potter is like in press conferences at the moment. He does just admit defeat, but when you have teams if you have players in the team currently like the way that we do with injuries at the moment, you can't really blame him now. In hindsight, looking back at it, I had a right go at him for being so negative. But can you blame him at this point? Can you realistically blame him at this point for being negative when he has to manage these fucking clowns? Where's this? The reality is we have a bang average generational talent. We have bang average generational talents. We have no elite big boy players. Havertz, Mount, Gallagher, all garbage. Just at the very least, I mean, Havertz is dog shit for us, just for us. You can guarantee he goes to another club and he will be a very, very good player. You could argue that would be the case, but we cannot keep doing this to ourselves where we have these players and we feel like we can't get rid of them in the hopes that they end up being like a De Bruyne, a Salah. They're not doing it for us. They never will do it for us. In the system we play, with the players they have around them, you know, Havertz for me, I'm done with him. I am done with him. Mason Mount, just so. Do you know what I mean? He just doesn't really do anything this season in particular. You could argue, yes, the last 2 seasons he was our player of the year. But when you deep it and you look at the players we had in our squad those 2 years and who he was coming up against, is it any surprise in his you could argue like rookie seasons where he's got, you know, so much momentum, so much, and we've got the Tuchel era of excellence where everyone was playing well. Was it that hard for Mason Mount to be the best player in those squads? Potter should do what Tuchel did with 97 injuries in the Tuchel had to play Sarr and Alonso, and he got top 4 and 2 finals with the club turned upside down. Potter can't get away with injuries. Thank you for the donation, but kindly, I disagree. Poch going Spurs, Conte back Chelsea, summer 23. I don't know. Oh, fuck me. It's just so difficult these days. If you would have, when we won the Champions League, guessed that we would be in this situation, racks me brain. Absolutely boggles my mind that we've dropped so bad. But again, if all 9 of our first team players that are currently injured were fit, were okay, then Potter wouldn't have an excuse, I would say. If he had a full fit team, Reece James, not an injury worry, Chilwell, Fofana actually plays a game for once in his Chelsea career, you could argue that Potter should be doing better. But in the current circumstances, you cannot single out the manager in this situation. The players just are not good enough. The mentality just is not good enough. The fight, there's no passion. No one is seemingly fighting for the badge. It's as simple as that. UCL is our only hope. Just park the bus and hope for the best. That won't do it. That won't do it. Chelsea's biggest problem is their love for strikers that don't score goals. I saw someone tweeting today that the biggest sort of, defiance and proving the crowd wrong and everything is for Potter to bring Lukaku back and get the best out of him. It won't happen. The best, Sir Alex Ferguson couldn't get anything out of Lukaku. Not that he managed him, but you know what I mean? Like, he wouldn't have been able to get anything out of Lukaku. I mean, back then, maybe, because he was a better player then. But I'm saying, if he came out retirement, couldn't do anything. No one can get... Have you seen how bad he's been at the moment? How can he score if you don't create? I know. But there's no urgency. There's no passion or anything. You say that, but it's up to Potter to get the best out of them. But there's only so much that he can do in the sense of... if the players don't fucking want to, then they won't. Where's this tweet? This message. I don't know what this means. Oh, from a Man City fan. Pipe down, Arsenal fans. You're next. Says that one City fan. Shake it in your boots, I'm sure. That'll be a good game. That will be a good game. How can our best player be a centre-back? Oh, my God. Listen. There's so many of you in here. Second half is shortly upon us, of which is going to be even more torture. If you could do me a favour and either click the link in the description or on the... In fact, I'll tell you what I'll do. Oh, is it pinned? There we go. So many of you in the chat. If you could like the stream, that would be fantastic. If you could also click the link in the pinned comment in the chat and subscribe to my personal channel, that would be a massive help. It would, at least make my weekend worthwhile, Jesus Christ. Currently on 2,000 and 110 subscribers or so. If we could get somewhere close to 2,500, that would make me very, very happy. But still, it's it will only scratch the surface of this very depressing life we all currently live. With Reece James and Kante, prime 2009 Barca. Without Reece James and Kante, Everton. It is remarkable how much... Oh, no. Oh. It's remarkable just how much Fofana is on, and so is Zakaria, but for Kovacic. Jorginho remains on the pitch. Who came off for Fofana? Was it Ziyech? We are back underway. Hang on. Where are we? I don't know what I was trying to do there. Oh, see who got subbed for who. Matches. Man City. Yeah. Oh, God. Can you just fucking load the game, man? Oh, I'm losing the will. I'm losing the will. Who was it? It was Havertz. Thank fuck for that. I mean, that's the most... He's actually made a sub at half-time as well, which is quite remarkable. Not just one, but two as well. And they're actually good substitutions. Right, where are we? Sorry, I'm trying to find the... There we go. Potter has only had 4 months. Half of that was the World Cup. No pre-season, no transfer window. Half the team are injured. Says Dan. Sorry for taking so long to get to your comment. Massively appreciated as always. And absolutely spot on. I don't know what more you want from Potter in this situation. Few managers would be doing well with this right now. And the players that are playing aren't giving him anything. They're not fighting for him at all. But yeah. Strap yourselves in for this second half, because Jesus Christ. It's gonna be a long one. It's gonna be a really, really long one. If you could, please continue to subscribe. Clicking the link in the pinned comment in the chat would be massively appreciated. Surely offside there, he is. I don't think any manager can come back from this in this game. Haaland is on the bench, yes. Pass, pass, pass. Just for the sake of passing. I know. There's no urgency. There's no forward momentum. There's no fluidity to this team at all. It's almost like no one really knows where the goal is. Havertz in the last game could have played in Aubameyang to at least give Oba the chance to score, or at least for the chance for us to go 1-0 up, and instead just turned away and went back towards our own goal. Focus on the positives. There are no positives. Literally no positives at the moment. The only positive I can possibly think of is that we may be a better team when the 9 injured players come back. We are literally playing with our B team, whether we like it or not. We do not have an option. We have to play with this team. Injuries is not an excuse. It is when you factor in who is injured. And that many of us have worked out. Put a team together of the injured players, and it's a better team than the team that we currently have. The 10 players as a team would probably get top 4. Brilliantly done by Zakaria. B team with Mount and Havertz. Absolutely fucking right it is. I'm dreading the excuses that certain people have as to why certain players have played just so badly today. He's not even in the team. He doesn't deserve to be in the team. He's fucking dog shit. He's awful. I never wanted Aubameyang in the first place. Koulibaly. Playing it completely out. Might even be able to watch it on the TV. City's B team can win the Prem, yeah. 3-0 down with City's B team. What on earth do you think this team is that we're playing? Not for 1 second saying that you should be 3-0 up by any means. As in, obviously you should be. But realistically, we shouldn't be letting you go 3-0 up. They're just toying with us at this point. My neck, because I've been going like this. Because they're stressing me out. It is really red. To think that this team were winning the Champions League, and many of the players as well were involved in that. Just not fun times. Not fun times at all. Todd. Oh, mate, Geordie, you have no idea. This dry January is taking the piss when we're playing like this. It makes it no easier at all. Here we go. Mount giving it the big one as always. Rodri in the book. Mount loves to play the big man, doesn't he? Fuck's sake. It's a bad tackle on him. And in this instance, you would lose your rag a little bit, wouldn't you? So you can't really blame him at the same time, but still. He's so easily rattled, Mason Mount. Keep the faith. I mean, it would make for some viewing if we could come back from this, wouldn't it? Mount, he's had a shot. It's deflected and out for a corner. What a comeback this would be. Give me a reason. It's pot o'clock. It could very well be pot o'clock. At least now we can't lose a 4th FA Cup final. Exactly right. Exactly right. Chance crossed in. Ziyech. I mean, for what other reason would I be watching this if not in the hopes of seeing a comeback? There's more likelihood of Tuchel coming on as a player, I reckon, than there is Chelsea coming back from this. First shot, yeah. I know, it just looks like a training session again. How often does this happen with Chelsea where the team just look like they're playing in a training session? I really need a beer. Chelsea fans, I mean, at least the fans are giving it, you know? I feel for them that have gone all the way up there to watch this shit. Having been to the Etihad and seen Chelsea lose there in the past, I tell you, it's not fun. It is not fun getting back from the Etihad at all. Especially at night when it's raining. Gallagher. Zakaria. Play it forward, son. Come on. I think Chalobah, Zakaria, Thiago Silva, Reece James, Lewis Hall as well. The only players that I really have time for these days. I'm probably missing someone. Or a few other players. Zakaria looking to go through. Cancelo and Phillips coming on for them. Rodri coming off. Who was it? Cancelo and Phillips. Oh. Is he bringing on Aspi? Who is our best right winger? Fuck. Oh, right winger. I thought he meant right back. We don't have one. Honestly, there's not a single forward player at the moment that I'm really invested in that I can think of. Mount's given it, at least. Mason Mount, he is trying to close down the players, at least. Give the fans something. It won't be a goal, but just give them some fight, for the love of God. Broya, yeah, but still, I'm not sure that's going to go anywhere now with his injury. It's a bit of a bad injury to come back from. Chukwemeka as well, yeah. I'm not including young players when I talk about the players being shit, by the way. The young players are the only players that are exempt. Any academy player currently that is playing from now on, they're just not in the equation because, you know, they haven't really played long enough to warrant any scrutiny, any sort of criticism. Just over 500 likes. And there's just over 1,000 of you here. If you haven't liked already, then please feel free to try and make my day a little bit nicer, a little bit more cheerier. Just pressing the like button would help ease the pain just a little bit. And while you're at it, if you wish to, if you are a Chelsea fan or a fan of football in general, then by all means, feel free to subscribe to my channel. The link is in the pinned comment on the chat. FIFA streams, previews, reviews, match reactions, all that sort of stuff. So if that's your kind of thing, then help me get to 2,500 subscribers. It would be massively appreciated. And thank you for everyone that has already subscribed and hit the like button as well. Chelsea currently playing it round the back. Bowley will not sack him at all. Not for a long, long time. Fofana's not really showing much for me. Not that he has much to go on, but so far in this. Man City, Walker, down the right-hand sides. Mahrez plays it centre. The thing is that these players, that they are good enough to be able to play 50%. And they are playing 50% effort. Man City, I mean, not Chelsea. They're playing 50% effort. And I know we're not playing 100% either, but Jesus, they are just levels and levels above. Gallagher's gone in the book. I don't realistically know how much time you give Potter. I mean, you can't sack him. I mean, you can, but you cannot sack him for the current situation that we're in. You know, it's such a unique situation. Chelsea fans are singing Roman Abramovich, are they? Foden crosses in, headed away. Cheers for the £5, mate. I'm sorry, tried supporting you lot versus City. You tried. 1-0. What I see today, if this form continues, you guys could be fighting relegation. Fire Potter out. It's just not that case, though. It's never that deep. Thank you for the donation, but still, it's just not. We aren't going to be coming into the relegation zone. Let's be fucking frank about this. Like, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. And what have we got? We'll have a look. Apologies. We've got Fulham, Palace, then a trip to Anfield, and then Fulham again. You would hope to God we get at least 6 points out of that. But even then, you just do not know. You just do not know, do you? Fulham are doing all right at the moment. They're above us currently. And even then, I never thought I'd say we'd struggle against fucking Fulham. But here we are. Palace, you never know. In my head, that's the only one that is a 3-point guarantee. But then they do like to show up at Stamford Bridge in the past. Not for a while, but they have done in the past. 1 point in 4 games. You've won 1 of your last 5. That's relegation form, if you ask me. It's not looking good. It is not looking good. Not even slightly. It's getting tiring, is what it is. And there's still so long to go. One thing is for sure, it's pot o'clock. Why is it not working, man? Fucking hell. Piece of shit. There we go. It's pot o'clock. Hutchinson has come on. I hadn't realised. Gallagher should be able to line up a shot here. I mean, just for fuck's sake, when do we ever have a shot? Hall, Gallagher. Dispossessed. Counter-attack ensues. They're up. They're on. Alvarez. Up against Koulibaly. Palmer. Man said Mitchum. Yeah. It's what we've been saying for ages, isn't it? It just takes Chelsea so long to generate any sort of momentum. I know. And then, you know what makes it worse as well? Is that you see these fucking clowns joking around at training, doing like foot tennis or Jorginho playing pranks on other players. Like, are the fans singing Tuchel? What's embarrassing is that Chelsea fans are out singing the Man City fans. Too many soft players, yeah. It's just, there's too many rotten players. Like, they are just rotten to the core. I think you'll struggle to find a team that has players, that has this many players that are simply in it for the money, I think. Just seems like to them, it's like, oh, I'm earning a living from this. Doesn't matter if I do badly. Doesn't matter. I'm not going to get dropped. Mount, the likes of Mount and Havertz, you know, Jorginho, likes of those players, they can get away with doing fuck all and still get chosen every single game. Cue the music. It's pot o'clock. Do we still have a dressing room? Have dressing room control? Probably not. Wrong formation. Yeah, the formation's what got this wrong. The formation's totally the wrong thing today. How is it the 70th minute and you can't create a single chance? I know. It just continues to get worse and worse. If we can get to 700 likes before the end of the stream, that would be fantastic. We're nearly at 600. Still plenty of time to get to 700. But yeah. Do you think we can score? Absolutely not. Shall we see how many passes compared to Chelsea, Man City have had? How does it keep going to this fucking game? Can you see how many passes? Passes. 510 passes to Chelsea's 332. Is that Azpilicueta now? Just killing off a move completely. We've somehow had 40% possession in the second half. Chukwuemeka's finally coming on. Potter's not the problem overall. It's the players. They stink. They absolutely stink. I've watched Chelsea for fucking near on, what's it coming up to now? 30 years? Nearly 30 years I've watched Chelsea. And by far, this is the most unlikable Chelsea team I've ever watched in my life. There's nothing good about this team. In the space of like 2 years as well. We've gone from one of the best teams in the world 2 years ago to just absolute shit. 50 years. So you've seen it, most of it, to be fair. Or enough of what was and then now what is new to now know how bad this team is. Mahrez, Palmer. Can someone score at least? At least score a goal. This whole second half, fuck me. You've been through a few relegations. It might still happen, you know? I haven't seen any dark years, really. I was lucky enough to be born into a family that have been watching Chelsea for a long, long time. I am old enough to remember, as I was saying at the beginning of the stream, that my first teams were watching Vialli, Desailly, LeBoeuf, Ed De Hoy. We might be in here. It's Azpilicueta, though. Torre Andre Flo, Dennis Wise, Petrescu, you know. Hutchinson has a shot and it's wides. And arguably, they were some of my favourite players ever. And I've seen the whole glory that Chelsea have gone through over the last 20, 25 years. But the whole Vialli situation, God rest his soul, you know. It's made me realise that the soul of Chelsea has definitely changed drastically. Which is, it seems obvious, you know what I mean? It seems obvious. But the days of Wisey and Vialli and Zola and all that sort of lot, it was just so much better, so much more cohesive. And although we didn't win fucking anywhere near as much, So much more of a family feel, whereas now it's just Jesus Christ. I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't change it at all because I've seen, you know, luckily, I mean, my dad's in his 60s and he had to wait fucking God knows how long to watch Chelsea win a Champions League. And I've watched us win 2 in my lifetime and I'm only 27. So I mean, we've got it nice, but still, we're going through a tough period at the moment and it's not nice. It's, but this is the type of situations where, you know, it's make or break for the club. This is a time of real adversity, and if the team can get through it under new ownership, a new manager who seemingly everyone that is against him has no way of having their heads changed, you know. Once these people that are seemingly Potter out, they're Potter out, and that's for good. But it's now more than ever. If you are going to support Chelsea Football Club, you need to support them properly and don't be so fucking negative. I mean, you're more than justified to have a go at the players. But to simply single out the manager when the players are playing the way they are on a regular basis now, it's not right. It is not right. I am not Potter out at all. When the players play this badly, I don't get how you can blame just the manager. It's either here or neither here nor there as to whether or not Potter's good enough to be manager. But until he gets a fair shake of it, you know, you really can't. You can't sack him. You can absolutely sack him, but you can't sack him until he's had a full-on shake of it, because the fact of the matter is we could get Conte, we could get Tuchel back, for instance, we could get Zidane or whoever, but they're not going to do much better than Potter is in this situation when he's got all of his first team out injured at the moment. 95% of the players that would normally be in our starting 11 are out injured. It's a simple fact. Is Potter, you know, is his mentality or the way he speaks in press conferences a little bit dubious at times? Yes. Is he justified in being a little bit unsure about, you know, what this Chelsea team can provide currently with the way that it stands? Absolutely. But has he really had enough time? Absolutely not. There's not even a slight instance of Potter having enough time. He hasn't had. He's managing a side that's had to go through a World Cup. Yes, many other people have. But with the situation he has on his hands, with the amount of injuries, he hasn't had a pre-season. He's not bought any players yet of his own. I mean, he has. We've got Fofana, we've got Badiashile, we've got Andre Santos, and Nkunku's coming in. But only one of them's really played. He's played like 20 minutes. Omari Hutchinson is pissing me off watching him play, I must say. But the sad fact of it all is that we are going to have to endure this for another year, maybe even 2 seasons, in order to assess where we are at. Many of our players are currently out long-term injuries. So there's a while before we see where we're actually at in terms of quality. We need to have an overhaul. It's a simple fact as well. So many players just don't deserve to be playing for the club. Enjoy the journey. You've seen it all. I have, more or less. Again, the another big factor as well is that if you are one of these people that have been born either just before 2000 and or I was in 95, but if you're in your 20s, 25, 26, 27 or less, and you're born in the 2000s or whatever, and this is all you've ever known, just know, if you have parents that have supported Chelsea their whole lives, or if you haven't, you think this is bad. We've been through we've been through not worse, because we've been to the top and now we're starting to look really shit. But you need to realize from their perspective, they have seen us in the second division. They've seen us be a bang average side on a regular basis. That was the norm for a long time. But I ask of you just to not be so fucking petulant, so entitled, so impatient. Just fucking wait. In an era of instant gratification, if you cannot wait more than a year to see where the club goes, just don't support the club. It's as simple as that. If you can't last a year, and that doesn't take a lot. We've had some stinky seasons. A lot of fans getting pushed out there. If you don't want to wait, then happily fuck off. Do you know what I mean? Please do fuck off out of the fan base. Do you know what I mean? If you cannot or do not have the patience to support the club through thick and thin, quite frankly, you were never a Chelsea fan in the first fucking place. The idea of football, sport as a whole, is the ups and the downs. Can't all be ups. Like these City fans, they're all a bunch of, you know. Of course you want to win all the time. But if it's just winning all the time, and I'm not for 1 second saying that I'm happy in the position that we are right now, but it mixes it up a little bit. Mixes it up just a tiny bit. If we're just winning all the time. I've never once said that I'm not following us through thick and thin. So all you clowns saying that I've said one thing at the beginning and now I'm saying another thing clearly missed the point. It is what you consider acceptable. This isn't acceptable at the moment. But again, they're through, penalty maybe, and it's been given 4-0, maybe on the cards, another penalty for Manchester City. At the end of the day, wait until all our players are back fit. That's all I'm saying. Fuck me. It ain't hard. But another penalty. And a full stop on the end of this fucking shit show. Another penalty. I'm just going to get the graphic ready for 4-0. Because As much as I back Kepa in goal, he nearly saved the first one. It came very close. It's just very unlikely with Riyad Mahrez. Unless he absolutely fucking skies this. Steps up. And it doesn't get much better than that in terms of quality of penalties. Absolutely pile drives it into the top of the net. And it's Manchester City 4, Chelsea 0. What a day. And the crowd goes mild. Jesus Christ. Ugh. Oh, how do you even score a penalty that well? Fuck me. Harry acts like we are skint. I don't think a lot of money's not going to do anything for us right now, just so you are completely fucking aware. If you go through our top 10 most expensive players we've ever bought, 8 out of the 10 have done fuck all. So spending money is not going to do a thing for us. Spending 130 million on Enzo Fernandez, who is good only after one World Cup and has played 27 league matches for his fucking team, Benfica. Whilst he may end up being, oh, Jesus Christ, he's just giving it away unbelievably there. This is going to be 5, isn't it? 130 million on Enzo Fernandez now is ludicrous. It was already ludicrous, but Jesus Christ. That just is not the answer at this point. Not that it ever was, but time. Time is the fucking answer, not fucking money all the time. You can't just buy... I mean, Man City have done it over a gradual amount of time, but you can't... There you go, time. It's time and money. Money at this point, with the team we have, just isn't going to cut it. It's time and money that's going to do it. We need to, it's a rebuild. It's a whole situation that we have to go through in order to rebuild, because the squad, the foundation of the squad is so fucking rotten that it's going to take more than a year or two, I think, at this point. It's genuinely... Chelsea is falling apart. You're absolutely right. Spending the right money, which we don't know how to do. Rebuild with money, obviously. Time and money. We need to rebuild, but rebuilding doesn't happen in one January window. It doesn't happen in this summer window either. And Kunku has such a fucking task on his hand. I mean, it's not hard to be better than a lot of the strikers we've had over the last few years. But even still, he's got that pressure. He's got that pressure of, shit, what if I'm as wank as the rest of them? Mahrez. Sorry, not Mahrez. Palmer, Gallagher, shocking pass from him. Puts Chukwuemeka in heaps of danger there. I don't think we're going to have... Are you telling me that we spent 200 million only to get worse? Yes. Yes. What are we looking at here? Who is this? I don't even know what I was saying. Yeah, I genuinely think it's going to be a few years without Champions League football after this, unless we can win it. Unless we can win the Champions League this season, which absolutely will not happen. But then again, like I said, the 2 years that we have won it, it's always been against the run of play, always been against the odds. But this would take some fucking doing. Jesus Christ almighty. 1,400 of you in the chat. If you could smash the like button, it would be massively appreciated. Just 15 seconds to go. Not 15 seconds. It's pretty much done now anyway. 90 minutes on the clock. There's nothing else to say that we haven't already mentioned, though, either. Lewis is going to go off, as he should, but it realistically isn't anything else that we can mention that we haven't mentioned already about this side. It's such a piece of shit. It's such a wanky team. These players. Man City are good, but Jesus Christ, they shouldn't be playing us off the pitch like this. I said 2-0 as a prediction to Man City, and that was being fairly like, you know, we managed 1-0. I reckon 2-0 away from home. And we've been absolutely battered. 4-0. Wank Ball FC. Yeah. Well, as ever, the theme with Chelsea these days. Shall we just have a quick look at the current form that we're in? We've lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 of our last 21 games. No, sorry. What's that? 5, 10, 11. 7. We've lost 7 of our last 11 games. 7 of our last 11 games. That does include the friendly as well. So you could say 6 of our last 10 games. We've lost 6. 6 of our last 10 games is absolutely shambolic. Absolutely ridiculous. I do worry for Potter in the fact that obviously Bowley and his mates have to do something. They do have to do something. They can't just sit the fans can't just be made to sit through this without some sort of, I'm not saying sack him at all. That's not what I'm trying to say. But the board have to release a statement or something. I just hope that that Bowley doesn't overreact. If and only if Bowley sacks Potter, it has to be for a huge, huge name. For a huge name. It has to be for a Zidane or someone else that is like that the fans would be like, yeah, fucking go on, fair enough. If he was in the if he was in the line, if he was in the pipeline, then sure, that makes perfect sense. But right now, sacking him would only bring more harm than good. More divide between the new board and the Chelsea fans. And there's already a big enough divide. I know Zidane would never happen. I'm just giving examples. Do you know what I mean? I'm not deluded, for fuck's sake, for saying that. That's what it would take to keep the fans happy. But they've got a real issue on their hands right now. In keeping the fans happy. Oh. What do you mean, how is there a divide? Obviously there's a divide between the board and the fucking fans. Ugh. Pain. Pain. Yeah. Smash the like button. Subscribe to my channel. The link for that is in the pinned comment in the chat. There really isn't anything else to mention. Lewis is going to say all pretty much that if I haven't said anything or have missed something, then he is there to pick up the other pieces. But thank you all for watching. It's Potter Clock. Oh my God. It's going to get much worse before it gets better. I'll tell you that for free. We'll run a quick poll, shall we? There we go. There's a poll for you to get more votes on that than you have likes on the video, no doubt, in the space of fucking 5 minutes. But yeah, what an absolute shambles, eh? Stevie G is available. Yeah, well. Oh. See what I mean? Already at 300 votes. Hit the like button as well. Thank you so much for watching. We will be back, as you can see, on the 12th of January, which is next Thursday. So we've got some time away, at least. Then 3 days after that, it's Palace. Then it's Liverpool at Anfield. And then a lovely near on 2-week break to be able to have somewhat of a break already, even though the World Cup's only just finished. We've got another break coming up. So, yeah. First name, last name. If you don't like it, there's the door, son. There's the door. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. If you don't like what I have to say, please come back as well. Give me the views. But with that said, thank you for watching. See you later.